Number 5. The Boy in the Box. In February 1957, the naked, bruised body of a young boy was discovered inside a cardboard box in a wooded area of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. The boy, estimated to be between 4 and 6 years old, was severely malnourished and covered in surgical scars, with his hair recently cropped close to his scalp. Despite massive public attention, fingerprinting, and tens of thousands of flyers distributed across the country, his identity remained completely unknown. For decades, the Philadelphia Police Department and amateur sleuths chased countless leads, from a traveling carnival family to a foster home located just a mile from the crime scene, but every single lead inevitably hit a dead end, leaving the tragic victim forever known as America's unknown child. The mystery deepened when a woman known only as M claimed her abusive mother had purchased the boy and accidentally killed him in a fit of rage, but her psychiatric history led police to dismiss her compelling testimony. However, in 2022, groundbreaking genetic genealogy finally gave the boy his name back, Joseph Augustus Sorelli. Yet, despite finally solving the mystery of his identity, the true circumstances surrounding his horrific murder remain unsolved to this day, keeping the case open as an active homicide investigation. Number 4. The Mary Celeste. The enigma of the Mary Celeste remains the most famous ghost ship mystery in maritime history. On December 5, 1872, the American merchant brigantine was discovered drifting aimlessly in the rough Atlantic Ocean, hundreds of miles off the coast of Portugal. The ship was completely deserted, yet it was in seaworthy condition with its sails partially set. Incredibly, the cargo of 1,700 barrels of industrial alcohol was entirely intact, and the crew's personal belongings, including valuables and pipes, were still in their quarters. The only things missing were the ship's single lifeboat, the captain's navigational instruments, and the entire crew of 10, including the captain's wife and their 2-year-old daughter. The final entry in the ship's logbook revealed nothing out of the ordinary, giving absolutely no indication of why the crew would suddenly abandon a perfectly sound vessel. Countless theories have been proposed to explain the sudden evacuation, ranging from mutiny and pirate attacks to sea monsters and waterspouts. The most plausible theory suggests that alcohol fumes in the hold caused a minor explosion, terrifying the captain into ordering a temporary evacuation into the lifeboat, only for the towline to snap in rough seas, leaving the crew stranded to drown while their empty ship sailed on forever into legend. Number 3. The Beaumont Children. The disappearance of the Beaumont children on Australia Day in 1966 is one of the most profound and traumatizing unsolved mysteries in Australian history. 9-year-old Jane, 7-year-old Arna, and 4-year-old Grant took a bus from their home in Adelaide to Glenelg Beach, a popular seaside resort they had visited many times before. They were expected to return by 2 p.m., but they never came home. Witnesses at the beach reported seeing the 3 children playing with a tall, blonde-haired man in his mid-30s, whom they appeared to know and trust. Later, they were seen buying pastries at a local shop using a £1 note, money their parents had not given them. Despite the largest police investigation in Australian history and the desperate pleas of their heartbroken parents, no trace of the children or their blonde companion was ever found. A clairvoyant was even brought in from the Netherlands, sparking a massive excavation of a local warehouse, which yielded absolutely nothing. Over the decades, several notorious child killers have been investigated as suspects, but the sheer lack of physical evidence means the ultimate fate of the Beaumont children remains a haunting national tragedy. Number 2. The Axeman of New Orleans. Between 1918 and 1919, the city of New Orleans was gripped by sheer terror as a sadistic serial killer known only as the Axeman stalked the dark, jazz-filled streets. The Axeman's modus operandi was brutal and highly specific. He broke into homes, often those belonging to Italian-American grocers, by chiseling out a panel from the back door. Once inside, he bludgeoned and hacked his sleeping victims to death using their own axes and straight razors, which he would then leave behind at the blood-soaked crime scenes. The panic reached a terrifying crescendo in March 1919, when a local newspaper published a chilling letter allegedly written by the Axeman himself. The letter claimed that he was not a human being, but a demon from the hottest hell, and promised that he would spare any house where a jazz band was playing in full swing on Tuesday night. True to his word, that night the entire city erupted into a frenzied jazz concert, with amateur bands playing in living rooms and professional musicians packing the dance halls. No one was killed that night. Just as mysteriously as he arrived, the Axeman abruptly stopped his killing spree in late 1919, and his true identity has never been discovered. Number 1. The Chicago Tylenol Murders. In the autumn of 1982, a terrifying string of random, inexplicable deaths plunged the city of Chicago into an unprecedented state of panic. Over the course of 3 days, 7 seemingly healthy people, including a 12-year-old girl, collapsed and died in agony after simply taking extra-strength Tylenol capsules to treat minor aches and pains. Investigators quickly made a horrifying discovery. Someone was removing bottles of Tylenol from pharmacy shelves, meticulously opening the capsules, filling them with highly lethal doses of potassium cyanide, and then placing the tampered bottles back on the shelves for unsuspecting victims to purchase. The sheer randomness of the crime meant that anyone, anywhere, could be the next victim. The terrifying realization that a trusted, everyday household product had been weaponized sent shockwaves across the country, leading to a massive nationwide recall of 31 million bottles of Tylenol. Despite the largest FBI manhunt since the assassination of JFK and hundreds of thousands of leads, the identity of the Tylenol poisoner remains entirely unknown. The horrific legacy of these unsolved murders permanently changed the pharmaceutical industry, directly leading to the